Greetings. I am thandiwe D. Watts Jones, clinical psychologist, licensed clinical psychologist, and licensed marital and family therapist.
Hello, my name is Dorimar Morales, licensed clinical social worker and psychotherapist in private practice. Not in this video, and also co-authors in this article are Cheryl Ching, licensed clinical social worker, Marissa Moore, licensed mental health counselor, and Rebecca Ross, licensed clinical social worker.
Dorimar and I are inviting you to read our article, Location of Self, More Than a Decade Later. It reviews the conceptual framework, practice, and teaching of location of self, also known as LOS, in the years since my initial article in 2010 introduced the idea and the one in 2016. Included in this review is the use of intersectionality, which underlies LOS, and the concept of supremacy. This article expands on former articles in offering the clinical work of 4 co-authors who make use of LOS across a variety of social location intersections within the therapist-client relationship. Their work offers a window into how social location self of the therapist in relation to supremacy and subjugation informs their attention to these issues in therapy, their use of self, and the creativity they bring to this work.
Co-author Cheryl Ching, an Asian American cisgender therapist, examines how she uses LOS to open up a larger conversation about racism and whiteness in her work with a white cisgender male client. Marissa Moore expands on the use of LOS with a queer biracial client and explores a parallel process that affirms her own Black identity. Rebecca Ross, a white cisgender queer therapist, speaks to how she uses LOS within the context of her work with white cisgender upper middle class heterosexual parents in their journey towards acceptance of their gender diverse and transgender children. She shows how she uses her privileged identities to challenge whiteness and gendered binaries to help guide the parents, lower their reactivity towards difference, and build more awareness of their own privilege. In my writing, I share about how my intersecting marginalized identities as a brown skinned, non native English speaking Latina woman informs my work as a therapist committed to social justice and racial affirmation. In my work with a Latino man with whom I share several social identities, I utilize LOS to deepen our exploration of his experiences with racial discrimination and cultural assimilation.
In conclusion, this work reflects our commitment to addressing the harm of supremacy systems that designate certain social locations as superior and others as inferior. We are all socialized under these systems, and thus, supremacy is an in the therapy room phenomenon for both therapists and clients.
We invite you to explore how your social locations inform your work, your own experiences, and your work as a therapist.
Thank you.